Welcome back to another episode of Mom Talk. And I'm going to start this episode with getting your opinion, Victoria.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know if we've ever talked about this before, but obviously I split weekends with the kids with their dad.
Yes.
But sometimes I get to see them on his weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Like this weekend, Henry had a baseball tournament. It's Michael's weekend. Michael takes him. Michael has the kids. But I come to the game.
Right. And you get to see him play and
Yes.
hang out with Emma.
Yes, it's perfect.
Yeah.
I get this extra time with them.
I love it.
So I love that. I feel like sometimes my kids don't know who to defer to parenting wise though when we're together.
Okay.
And Michael and I have not had an issue with this. That's not why I'm asking you. I just think it's so interesting, like that I am your mother and I'm here, but you ask your dad. That shouldn't be crazy to me, but I think I'm just, obviously when they're with me, I'm the only one.
Yeah.
But when he's there and they've driven him, they're like, can I? But they only ask him, like instead of sitting next to me and asking me. What do you think? Do you think that's strange or like just totally normal?
I have never been in that situation, but I would definitely feel strange.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, I'm right here.
Right. Like, are we talking about like, hey, can I go get something from the concession stand?
Yeah, concession stand.
And like, instead of sitting beside you saying, I'm going to go get something from the concession stand, they're going to him to ask him?
Right.
Yeah, that's weird to me. I just feel like y'all don't have like a super toxic co-parenting relationship. I feel like they know that also, but I don't know.
So I know it's
really don't
small,
know how I feel.
but like it is something that pops out at me, and it has before. And also, I mean, I know it sounds like we're together a lot, all of us. We're really not, but there was one point where we were talking to Henry about something. Listen, he never gets in trouble, so I can't say it was like disciplinarian.
Yeah.
But I'm like, who gets the final call when we're both together? Is it whoever's weekend it is? Or like, should I defer when it's his weekend if Henry needs to be talked to? Because I can't just also take that step back as his mom. I'm going to have my opinion, but then at the same time, do I want Michael to have his opinion when it's my time?
Would that bother you if he did that?
I don't think it would bother me. Like, he can definitely step in and say whatever he wants to Henry or Emma.
And I guess since this is primarily like with baseball, like you don't ever really see the situation in reverse.
I do not.
Because it's not like he's coming to dance.
No. If he did, he is strictly out in the audience.
Right.
Because like I've said before, he cannot be backstage with her and this and that.
Yeah.
So he just gets to watch.
And like a lot of dance is practice. Mm-hmm. And like Henry's stuff, it's games. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know she has competitions and stuff, but I feel like it's completely different. So we never get to see it in reverse. Like, would they default to you?
Right.
I feel like we only get to see it on his weekends.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, that's weird. You should ask me. I'm your mom. But really, they've been with him all weekend.
Right.
I mean, half the time when they get home, they call me dad because they've said it so much.
Yeah.
So I get it. Like, I'm not upset at all. It's just a weird situation to be in when you're the mom. And I'm like,
I mean, I feel like across the board in most families, mom is the default parent. So I feel like you probably still feel that way even though you split your time. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm the default. It's me.
And also this weekend, Emma, so we had an hour and 45 break in between games. And it was, first of all, blazing. Roasting.
Fun.
I don't know if I already put it out of my memory that I was this hot this summer, but I was like, I was not expecting that for a mid-September game.
Oh, no.
So we watched the first game and Emma's like ready to get in the AC. Same. But I'm like, no, I have to sit right here and wait until Henry gets done with his little team huddle after the game. Mm-hmm. I need to make sure he's got something to eat. And she's like, Daddy can do that. I'm like, can he? No, I know he can. But I'm like, I need to get the food right now. You have to eat right now because you don't get the whole break as a team because you got to go warm up again.
Right.
And the day before, I did not get to go to the first game. I was working. So Michael gave him $20 to go to the concession stand. So Michael definitely handled it. But then Henry did not come and tell his dad that they were out of cheeseburgers. So what did Henry eat? Cotton candy?
I'm like an airhead.
No, literally. Michael's like, why is my money still gone if you're out of food?
I bought the team a round of candy.
No, he did.
I know.
Whatever they want, come along with me.
My dad gave me this 20.
Yes. So
Henry's not going to hold on to $1.
he absolutely is not. He's waving that
Gotta
around.
spend it.
Let's go. So I just told him, I was like, no, I cannot leave here
I have to sweat to death.
until I physically see him eat something or I get him something.
Okay.
They were out again.
Wow.
First of all,
Did they not know they were hosting?
That is exactly what Mom said, because these are 5 fields altogether.
It's a burger.
Every one of them had games going.
Dang.
And they were out of burgers the first day that Henry had that game. So
And he had an earlier game.
he had an earlier game. So I thought that was strange.
That is weird.
So then day 2, when I'm like, Emma, no, we're waiting. They were out again. I mean, I don't even know if they ever restocked.
They did not restock. Nobody made a Sam's trip overnight.
Nobody cared. Then they just put a note up. Here's what we have left.
Dang,
Like,
they
stop
were cleaning
asking.
out.
Yeah. So we did get to go get him food. And, I mean, Michael makes fun of me too. Same as Emma. He's like, I'll watch him eat. I'm like, okay, then I'll allow it. The food's been delivered. So then Emma and I, we go and get some like Sonic. We need it's not a McFlurry at Sonic. What is
Blast.
it? A Blast. We both got a Blast and sat in the air. And it was so nice just getting to like hang out with just her
Yeah.
on Michael's
Like you're still
time.
finding the one-on-one time on not your weekend.
Yes.
That is a win.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just wanted your opinion if that was strange or if it's just me.
I feel like I am a control freak by nature.
Mm-hmm.
So in that situation, I would be upset. I'd be like, why aren't you asking me?
And I should be happy they're asking him because then he can give them money.
True.
I should be. And I think I've said this before. I'm definitely, want to have control. But I feel like every mom over their kids is, that's your thing.
Yeah, and I feel like you've relinquished a lot of that control by default. Like you
I had to.
It's not because you wanted to. So I feel like when you get put in these like weird things that pop up, it's going to like arise.
Yeah,
again.
it's just interesting.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, don't talk to Henry like that on my time. Not really, but yeah.
But yes.
But I mean it.
So, I mean, I think it's strange. I would not do well with it. Obviously, it's not my kid's fault. I would not take it out on them.
No.
But I would irrationally be like, Jared.
No, irrationally, I'm like, oh, why aren't they talking to me today?
Right. I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
If I were you, I'd be like, it's Michael.
Mm-hmm.
He did this.
He told them don't talk to me.
Yeah. Like, just completely irrational. But yes, that's how I would be.
Also, this weekend, Henry is so funny.
Yes.
I was at the first game. Well, I'm sorry. There's 2 games on Saturday. I told you I had to miss the first one. I was at the later game.
Mm-hmm.
I walked out with him to the car and said goodnight. They were going to stay in a hotel, thank goodness. It's an hour and a half away, and they didn't get finished until 10.
Whew.
We were running really behind.
Yeah.
So I had to drive home. So then on Sunday, they're already there. Emma and Mama and I drive up there. And he was like, did you come to my game? I was like, come on now.
What?
Give me some credit that I was here till 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
I walked you out.
And you don't even remember.
He was like, oh.
He was sleep deprived.
I know. I'm like, Henry. So then Sunday, we got to make it to the championship.
Yes.
I know. So I know you've been around baseball your whole life, but I did not know this until we started playing travel ball. And not all of them were like this, but there was 12 teams in this tournament in our age group. So you actually get split into like a gold bracket or a silver bracket for Sunday games.
Okay.
And I think we went in 7 or 8 seed. Yeah, 7, because we were right under the 6 to get in there. So we went to the silver bracket, won our first game, made it to the championship. We were finalists in the championship. So it's super cute to me that they have something for the silver bracket and not just the gold.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not everybody gets a trophy, but there's just so many teams like I think it's cool. They got a little ring and got to be recognized.
How many
though
rings?
We were technically 8th place at this point.
Wow. That is a real participation trophy.
I know. So some people definitely hate on that hard or just don't recognize it. But I'm like, well, I think it's adorable.
It's cute.
And the boys are just so proud.
I do think things like that have an age limit.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we're not going to be 15 and that's going to be cute anymore.
Right.
I don't know what the age is, but if you are getting a ring at 15 years old for 8th place, your mom is not even cheering for you.
No. And you know what? Now that you say that, because we are a little bit older now, so there's older teams at our field rather than younger.
Yeah.
These kids, first of all, look like grown adults. Emma's
They
like,
do.
what age is that? I'm like, probably yours, girl.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't imagine that they would be like, yay, look at this 8th place ring. I mean, I know some of the coaches / dads are like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So this is our second tournament. The tournament before, we did make gold bracket. I don't remember how far we got. We might have ended up like at 3rd or 4th. We did not get a consolation ring.
Okay.
But I still would rather be in gold bracket and not make it all the way to the top
Yeah.
than in the bottom of the silver. I sound like so crazy right now. But Henry's got another ring to add.
Well, great.
And it was for childhood cancer.
Okay.
So it was like an important tournament for the team to go to.
What does that mean? Like all the money went to it?
I don't know how much money because I barely know anything about travel ball.
Right.
But yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad he got his 800th ring.
He got his 800th ring. It was yellow, like a yellow childhood cancer ribbon.
Oh, okay.
But he had no idea childhood cancer had the yellow.
Oh.
He was like, why is this yellow?
I didn't either. I guess I just thought
It's
that was
just
cancer.
So I don't know if there's a universal one now that we're talking about this.
know, back
because I
in
feel
the
like breast
day-
cancer is pink.
Right. And like back in the day, they had the Live Strong, like
Uh-huh.
those stretchy little bracelets, and everybody had like armful of them.
Yes.
I feel like they were all yellow.
Okay, so
But was that just because that's what type of cancer that person had?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Do we sound like so dumb right now that we don't know this? That's terrible.
Well, I don't think it's terrible. We just don't have a reason to know, which is great.
True.
But yeah.
Well, childhood cancer is yellow.
Okay, good.
So now we know.
Now we know we're a little more educated.
And he took his ring to school today.
Why wouldn't he?
So there's a kid in his class that plays on his old team, if you will. Mm-hmm. And so, of course, we followed them all weekend, and they won their gold bracket tournament.
Oh, wow.
I know. So
Good for them.
I'm
What
so
did
happy
they
for
get?
them. They got, well, it's the same ring.
Shut up. No, it is not.
One ring says finalist and one says like champion or something.
Jordan.
I know. And each, they pick one player on each team that gets MVP. And Henry's like, that was the same ring.
Stop.
You know you can get these rings on Amazon.
Yeah.
If
in
you need
bulk.
one. Yep, just buy them in bulk.
Oh, well, this is a little embarrassing.
I know. I was like, well, Henry, maybe it says MVP. He's like, hopefully.
Okay, that's a lot.
I know. And one of the...
I feel like that does take away from winning first place.
But it's the same.
That it's the exact same thing as winning 8th in the silver bracket. Like, wow.
No, it's the same. And you both get like a little plaque typically. Like one just says runner up or finalist. Mm-hmm. Not runner up, but yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So fun weekend.
Yeah, sounds
Fun weekend.
successful.
Yeah, in our 8th place. Okay, I have to tell this news though, still baseball. So, like I said, Henry's old team we've played for before. He's played with all them. There's another team that's in Pleasant View. We've played with half of them.
Okay.
And we are all going to play each other.
Oh, fun.
I know. Next weekend in
Next
Pleasant
weekend?
View. I was like, Henry, this is like a reunion.
That's a good time.
Like, he's so excited to see all of them.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they're all boys, so they're all talking trash.
Yeah.
That we're going to clap you. Whatever. I mean, I
Whatever
know what
that
it means,
means.
but it sounds weird to me. So I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I can't
That
wait.
is exciting.
Can't wait for the clapping.
Okay, I want to talk about this for a second on baseball. Mason is doing his first season of fall ball. And he has, we all know, has a mouth on him.
No.
But like, yes. But like, at what point am I like, yeah, you can talk trash?
Right.
And at what point is it like, you're going to hurt their feelings? Like, don't say that. Use kind words, you know?
I know. I feel like at his age, it would just be per person. Like, can they handle it? Are they also talking trash? Or are they
Right,
like...
I'm like, if they're talking trash to you, go for it.
Right. Are they going to be like, Mom, he said he's going to
Start
beat
crying.
me. Yeah.
I don't know.
In my
And
experience...
I'm like, don't talk trash to your team. And he's like, looking at me weird.
Like, why would I do that? Or, yes, I'm going to.
Like, yes, I'm going to.
Oh.
And I'm like, why would you do that? And he's like, we all say those things.
See?
And I'm like, okay, boys just talk trash to each other.
was
That
gonna
is
tell-
their love language.
They're born like that. It is their love language.
Yeah.
Henry shocks me sometimes, but then I'll hear his friends. I'm like, well, okay, everybody's good with it.
Yeah. And like, Jarrett's like, no, that's normal. That's how like guys talk. That's how you bond.
Exactly.
I was like, oh, okay. He's like, you just have to like talk trash and you're good.
no,
I was like, Mason was born to be a boy.
he was. One of Henry's best friends, they be talking the trash. I'm like, okay.
And they're besties.
Yeah,
The more trash, the better friends you are.
they love it.
Well, even when Mason was in daycare, it was the kids he was fighting with. Not all of them, but the ones that, like, you know, would give some attitude back that he called his best friends.
Right, because they know his love language.
Yeah, and like his little wifey, we've had several play dates with her. They're so cute and funny together because, like, she does not take crap from Mason. And I love that.
Yeah, that's why he likes her.
That is why he likes her. Because she is one of the boys.
Yeah.
She will, like, she has an older brother. They're very close in age. I'm like, oh, I can see why.
Yeah.
I see why you got married.
Uh-huh. I feel like if a girl has a boy sibling, she can handle it. Not saying girls with girls only siblings cannot handle it. I just feel like Emma being first, it would have shocked me. Somebody talking to her crazy.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, oh, she is so used to that. She's going to dish that right on back.
And I really can't remember, like, back in the day, like, Carter trash talking. I'm sure it happened. But Carter, something about that second born, they're just so funny.
Yes.
And, like, I don't know. I think Carter is just, like, a big golden retriever personality, if you will.
So if he said it, it would sounded nice.
Yeah. It sounded funny or nice.
That's a good delivery.
Yeah. I feel like if I said the same thing, it'd be like, ooh.
Yeah.
Which I do say some of the same things. It's
well.
like sarcastic and blunt if you're a girl, and it's just like funny and jokester if you're a boy.
Okay, so with y'all's baseball schedule, are you either eating at 4:30 or 9:30? I mean, there's a meme out there for that.
Yeah. So our games are all at 5:30. We don't have any 7:30 games.
You don't have the late ones yet. Too little.
No, too little. And 5:30, we eat dinner at 5:30. So it still is right at dinner time, but my kids are so hungry after school. I'm like, I don't have dinner ready at 3:30.
Yeah.
But I'm like, here's an Uncrustable, here's a banana, here's some Cheez-Its. Like, just shoving whatever I have readily available. After, they get team snacks. And sometimes, like, whichever kid doesn't have a game is eating from the concession stand the entire
entire
They're
time.
my kids. So, like, we got the funnel cake.
Yeah.
We got the burger, you know. So we're eating dinner pretty much while the other kid's playing. And then just one kid's hungry by the time it's over. It's just a hot mess.
It is. We're just eating for hours,
Like,
like a little
everybody's-
bit at a time.
Yeah, everybody's eating a little bit at different times. I do pack a cooler. Okay, so I pack this cooler with all types of snacks and drinks. It's like a little one. You've seen it.
I've seen it. I love it.
Because I take it to pick up Remy because she sits in the car with me at Car Circle for an hour. So she's eating her after school snack then. Then Mason gets out of school in the car. He can have a snack even though we live 1 minute from the school. He eats a snack in the car. We get home. They both eat more snacks. / like I said, Uncrustables, whatever. We get ready, we go. Then I have it at the game. Do they want anything I brought once the concession stand's an option? No.
No.
But if you need a bottled water, I got you. And then afterwards, sometimes they'll be like, can we go to Waffle House or Mexican? And sometimes we say yes. Sometimes we're like, no. Like, I'm tired. And y'all still need a bath.
Right.
Remy looks like she's an Oompa Loompa by the time she gets out that dirt.
She does.
She
participates.
completely covered. I'm like, we have to get you in the bath and into the bed because I am pretty strict about the bedtime, especially on a school night, and all these games are on school nights.
Right.
So really, I honestly couldn't tell you if everybody ate dinner on any given night. If they're hungry and ask for a bedtime snack, I kind of think, did I feed you?
Did you eat
a meal or like the equivalent of a meal? So it's not like my highlight reel right now when it comes to feeding my children.
I mean, y'all are just in go mode.
Yeah.
I have started cooking dinner we're eating at 4:30 now.
Good for you.
Like, they're so hungry when they get home from school. So why don't I just
and
go
y'all
ahead?
do have the later games.
Yep, we got the later 7 to 9.
Ew.
Which I do not like.
Okay.
If we could even leave at 8:30, like, I would
My
have
bedtime is just, you texted me the other night and I was already asleep and your game was just starting.
I know. I was like, 8:40, that might be safe to text her. And I was like, oh, she's asleep. Lucky.
Yeah.
Lucky. No, I just go ahead and cook at 4:30. I know that's early for people, but on the days I have my kids, I'm obviously off with them to pick them up from school. I'm like, let's just eat now. You can eat before practice.
And then snack after.
And then, if you want to snack after, that's fine.
And then you're not cooking dinner at like 8:30 p.m.
Yeah. So I've just flipped it.
Yeah, I think that's smart. It's just fall ball. It's our first season.
Yeah.
We're going to make it till the second week of October. We got this.
But y'all are making it. You've got all the snacks and stuff.
Yeah. And then my aunt was at one of the games the other day and she was like, what are you going to do when they're at different places and different times? And I'm like, well, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. But then I was like, but we're just going to do recreational. I said, Mason, if he wants baseball, it will be Little League. If Remy wants dance, it will be recreational. I said, we are not doing this competition and this travel. And she's like, that's what they all say.
That is what they all say.
Did you ever say that? Was that like off the table for you?
I thought competition dance was absolutely not in our future. I just never thought about it, never crossed my mind. Even when Natalie asked us the first couple times, I was like, oh, no, probably not. Like, we're just good where we are. But then when Emma wanted to.
You did.
Yeah.
See, I just don't know. Like, I don't want to be running racket.
I know.
But that is hard when your kids want it.
Right.
So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But as of right now, I'm like Little League. And then, he might not even want to play baseball. He really likes it right now. But if that doesn't last.
He could totally switch it up on you.
Whatever sport we do, I'm not trying to travel here, there, and yonder. Unless you make all-stars and we have to travel an hour away.
Right.
Like, that's what I'm talking about. That's all Carter ever did. Carter, back then, competition was a thing, I'm sure, but it was not as popular as it is now.
Right.
I feel like then, if you made all-stars consistently, that's what got you on middle school and high school teams.
Right.
Not if you were on a competition team.
And now everything is so competitive. I feel like you have to have that background.
Yeah.
You don't have to check a box that says I've done it.
Right. It just helps look better.
Right. Because basically, this is what Anthony said to me one time, my cousin. I'm like, God, they are so good. And he was like, they never have time to get rusty. You're always working.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's so true. So I feel like that's the leg up if you want to get into a middle school sport of whatever you're doing.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how it'll play out. My kids are very young.
Well, I can't wait.
And I've got Remy in 100 things right now.
I can't wait to go to their travel stuff when you cave.
So, yeah. That is fun.
Okay, I'm going to ask you something else because I know you like to clean. Changing the subject.
Okay, yes.
You know I have a dog.
I know there is a dog in your house.
Wow. Puppies are hard.
They are. How old is she?
I don't even know.
Okay.
Not even a year. Not even a year.
I've got the 3 dogs.
I know.
2 of them just turned 1 2 weeks ago. And then the other one is 6 months old.
Do you feel like just very still puppy stage for the year-old ones? Or they're smaller so it doesn't...
They are small, but they are balls of energy.
Okay.
But none of the 3 are really chewers.
How do you get that?
I don't know. I got 3 that aren't.
I don't even know if I told you this, but this dog chewed into the AC. Yes, I told you.
Yeah.
Into the AC unit.
Yes.
In the basement.
Uh-huh.
Cost $180 to fix chewed
Sadie?
wires. She is on my list.
She is.
On my list. All she wants to do is chew.
On everything?
I'm like, what new is going to be torn up in the basement when we go down there to check on her? And I feel like we've put everything up possible. And I think I did tell you this too. I came down and there's a bottle of Algicide on the floor.
Oh, yeah. You were worried about
I was
her.
worried. But I was also, I'm like, I I have a pool, obviously.
Yeah.
And I'm like, did I purchase that like forever ago? Like all our chemicals are up really high. How in the world
did she get to it?
Yes. Luckily, I think I got there in just the right time. Like she had just punctured it. I really don't think she like
got much.
No.
And I mean, that can't taste good.
Ew, no.
Like she probably punctured it as something to chew and then was like, bleh, gross.
Hopefully. So come to find out, because I had to put her up, come back home. It was the neighbor's UPS delivery.
Oh my gosh.
I know. She had torn up the box to shreds, and I was like, oh, this is not even ours.
Good.
I know.
So
I'm
now I
like,
have to buy some Algicide that's not for my pool.
Yes. I'm like, this dog.
How much is Algicide?
Actually, this one was a small. It was
Oh,
like
thank-
$20.
Okay, but still, you're $128 in for a week with this dog.
The dog is just...
Wow.
So, yeah, I'm on one about her. But back to your cleaning background.
My background.
No, your
hobby?
Yes, your hobby. You like to clean.
I do.
You always clean. What's the best vacuum for this hairy dog?
Okay, literally, I feel like I need 2 vacuums, to be honest with you.
Okay, that's not a wild answer from you.
I have one. I feel like I need 2.
Okay.
But let me explain. Okay, so I used to have a cordless Dyson, and I liked it. It was great. But I said used to. I got rid of it. I felt like the battery life was just meh. It did suck up the stuff off the floor really well. I'll give it that. But it was a pain to like disassemble to clean. It didn't hold a charge very well. And with a cordless vacuum, you need to hold a charge really well.
Could you not like finish the house?
Right.
Ew. No.
So it's from Walmart. It's a Tyneco is the brand. It's a cordless vacuum. It looks very similar to the Dyson. It's gray and purple and everything. It's the knockoff. It was like $200 versus the $600.
Oh, yeah.
It holds a charge so much longer. Like I can do my whole house and it'll like be on like one like battery life left. And it sucks up way more stuff. Like my kids' little Lego pieces that I'm not.
Oops, yeah, bye.
Bye. It sucks them right on up. It doesn't clog every time I suck one up either.
Love it.
These are the real selling points that they don't tell you about. So yeah, and I have, a cat. The dogs are primarily outside or like in the garage, but I do let them in occasionally. I feel like it does good with their hair, which they're all pretty short-haired.
Yeah. Sadie is mostly outside because she is just a bull in a china shop right now. But
yeah. That's why mine are primarily like in the garage. We'll let them out, and like if it's raining, I don't want them to be in their kennel all day if it's raining. But I'm not going to have a wet dog either. And like you said, bull in a china shop, I've got 3 of them.
Yeah.
If I do let them in their house, it's like one at a time. But the little ones don't do well by themselves.
Like they don't want to be separated.
They scream, and I mean like scream like it sounds like a person.
That's so sad.
And I mean, I'll take one outside to go potty. And, like, the other one's literally sounding like it's being murdered.
You can't separate them, Victoria.
I can't. So, and then Oakley, she's just chill.
She's chill.
Yeah. And, so the vacuums.
I've never had a cordless.
Okay, that's the thing, though. That's why I feel like I need 2. I feel like I've had the $600 vacuum. I've had the $200 vacuum. I like them both. That's fine. But I feel like I need maybe a cheap even, like, vacuum with a cord, like traditional vacuum. I feel like they do pick up hair better. Mine has attachments and stuff to get like, the baseboards or like in a corner. But I don't like having to like switch them out or whatever. When the hose on the corded vacuum just pops right out and you can just zoop.
Yeah.
It's just already there. You don't have to stop what you're doing. Find that part if you're like me. And because like by the time I do all that, I could have just picked up the Lego.
Right.
Or the Cheerio that's in the corner, So I feel like I need 2.
I mean, mine is still working properly, and it is a plug-in, and it was super cheap. Couldn't even tell you from where. Because I'm like, who wants to spend money on a vacuum?
No one.
Ugh.
Put it on your wish list for Christmas.
Yes.
That's what I do.
Is yours good on hardwood? And like your tile?
Yes.
I feel like I need like a quick, easy go-to for my kitchen hardwood.
So my kitchen is tile, and I like it. My living room's hardwoodish, and I like it I do my whole house with it. I do the rugs, I do the hardwood, I do the tile. The biggest thing Okay. So when Jarrett and I lived at our old house, I wanted a cordless vacuum so bad because we had stairs. Mm-hmm. And vacuuming stairs is a pain with a regular vacuum. Mm-hmm. Except our regular vacuum broke in the move. And Jarrett, like, I could have gone and bought a vacuum. I didn't because, like you said, who wants to buy a vacuum?
Yeah.
Jarrett was like, just use the shop vac. I literally used a shop vac for 2 years as my vacuum.
Yeah,
inside
you did.
of my house.
Yeah, you did.
Now, it picked up everything.
Sure did. I did not think about that.
Picked up part of the floor.
Yeah.
So I lugged the shop vac up the stairs to, like, vacuum the stairs. And, like, our upstairs.
I gotta skip the stairs sometimes. I gotta be honest because
No, the stairs get skipped a lot even with a cordless vacuum.
And then when I do it, I'm like, wow, look at that. I should do it more often, but I'm not going to.
But no. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I do my stairs, I don't know. I'm being generous once a month.
Okay. That doesn't make me feel as bad because you're clean.
Like, I know they need it. But also, all that's upstairs at my house are, like, my kids' bedrooms and bathroom. Mm-hmm. So, like, when we're coming up here, pretty much it's for bed. Like, they might come up here and play, but usually they're, like, following me around or playing with me.
Yeah, and all your shoes are by the front door. Y'all don't wear them upstairs.
No, not really. I mean, my kids would be barefoot all the time, I think, if they could. So, I'm not saying the stairs don't need it more often, but realistically.
Well, since the holidays are coming up, I'm putting that on my list.
Add it. Do you know what Mason told me? Okay, so my kids like it when I chase them around with the vacuum. It's like a game we play and, like, try to suck them up or whatever. Mm-hmm. And they love it. And Mason was watching his tablet, and he was like, you know what you need to get for us? I was like, what? He was like, one of those robots that vacuums for you. I was like, you're right, I do.
I do.
And he said then it could chase us around, and you wouldn't have to chase us around. It could just chase us around, and we could try to hide from it and see if it could find us.
That sounds like a win-win.
I was like, you want me to get a robot to chase you around? Like, what time are we growing up in? Like, please, little robot, chase me.
Well, Roomba on your list then.
I guess.
Is that what it's called? A Roomba?
That's one of the brands.
Okay.
They also have, like, a vacuum and, like, a wet mop one.
Oh.
And my whole downstairs, you know, is, like, hardwood and tile. I'm like, I need that.
I have seen so many gone wrong videos.
Oh, where it's like... Have you seen they have them for your yard? They have a lawnmower.
No.
Yeah. And, like...
That would definitely be running away.
No, I saw a reel and it did. It was, like, over in the trees, and some lady was like, oh, go home.
Get home.
You're lost.
Oh, no.
She's like, should I pick it up and take it home?
No, that's crazy, all this
Can you
stuff.
imagine?
No.
Coming home and your lawnmower ran away.
No. Or your animals had an accident in the house and spread it all around.
No.
Okay, I'm not, no. Your kids are not getting that.
We went from put it on your wish list to no.
No. Put it on Mason's wish list. How would that be so funny if you got him that for Christmas?
He would probably love it. He would probably be thrilled.
Merry Christmas. Your own Roomba.
Your own robot to chase you around.
Yeah. Oh, man. Okay, well, that was my questions and updates for today for y'all. Thank you for our listener support, for our subscribers. And if you haven't already, don't forget to follow us on Apple, Spotify, and our Instagram. Thanks.
Bye.